Welcome in, everybody. It is another episode of MLS Monday by Scarves and Spikes. Tyler here, along with Sydney Hunt. What's up, buddy?
It's the MLS playoffs edition of MLS Monday.
We're in it now.
We have a live watch along of FC Cincinnati versus NYCFC, their first round matchup, starting off their first round matchup at TKL Stadium. So we'll be watching that, catching guys up on everything that's been going on in the postseason thus far. But yeah, I'm doing good. Looking forward to this match.
We have some busy playoff stuff to recap, kind of go over. Obviously, it kind of all started with Atlanta, and we're gonna dive into that. But you had LA Galaxy that laid the absolute smackdown on somebody, and pretty good match involving the other LA team, and just a little bit all over the place. And
Galaxy.
Omar, get out of here with that Liverpool winning crap. I don't like it. But no, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna be hanging out.
By the way.
Well, oh yeah, right. Ten Hag. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. But he needed to go. It was well past time. And I'm not a Manchester United fan. That dude needed to go like 6 months ago. But
no, absolutely.
Anyway. So yeah, busy episode. We're gonna have fun though. We're gonna have fun doing the watch along. Make sure you go to scarvesandspikes.com. Check out all the content, analysis, news straight from the games and everywhere else. Opinions, all the good stuff. So scarvesandspikes.com. Go in there. Also get you some merch. Click on the shop icon up at the top. Get you a nifty little beer glass and or
your drink of choice tonight.
Yeah, this is actually Larceny. And right now it's just straight, has ice in it, but it's about to have Coke in it too. So
is that legal?
Look, I am prepared. All right. I am prepared for this watch along. It is legal.
See what I did there? Larceny is it legal?
I like it. Look at that. Tommy's having his chocolate milk. I'm sure you're having some high quality H2O. I imagine.
Yes. I have my water bottle right here, actually.
Look at that. But yeah, scarvesandspikes.com. And then also, guys, patreon.com/scarvesandspikes. Last week I was at the playoff, what felt like a playoff game against Orlando on decision day. Yeah. And Sydney and Tommy were doing watch-alongs for that match, the Montreal match, and then the match down in Miami, which I was covering on site. And again, they were doing the watch-along. So we do those kind of watch-alongs on Patreon. That's just one of the little benefits that we have. So if you're not part of the Patreon, go join it. Patreon.com/scarves and spikes. And like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Absolutely. So kickoff is actually at 5:55. So Tyler, we have some time to talk about the other matches that have been going on. Of course, Atlanta United lost to Miami the other night, Friday night. But then for the past few days, we've been having matches Saturday night, Sunday night, and then tonight as well will be, like we said, giving you the watch along for Cincinnati NYC. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about some of these other matches that have gone on. As you said, MLS Cup playoffs is well underway, and yeah, got plenty to talk about. 4 matches already in the books, and more to come here in the first round. But I think the heaviest defeat was, of course, LA Galaxy and Colorado Rapids. We were talking in the lead up, just the run of form Colorado had been on, and just how you want to be playing your best football coming into postseason. And we saw just that, why that's so important. LAFC or LA just dismantled Colorado with 0 shots on goal, just 1 shot in the 80th minute, I believe, which is extraordinary. And by the way, give us your predictions for tonight's match between FC Cincinnati and NYCFC. I see Omer saying Cincinnati 4-3.
Dude, I hope for the entertainment of this show. Let's go.
I'm here for it.
I am too.
No, but that's the heaviest defeat as of now. The other 3 have been relatively close. Orlando, Charlotte wasn't super close. Orlando beating Charlotte 2-0 at Interco Stadium. Trying to pull up the stats for that, but yeah, 8-2 shots on goal. Orlando, all lines of that one. Not to the extent of LA Galaxy, Colorado, but all lines of that one. LAFC 2-1, Vancouver. Well, actually, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. What's that say about LA? I mean, it's
let's start with the Galaxy versus Colorado, then we'll hit on it. I mean, because that was the one, like you said, that was an absolute massacre. If there was one. Absolute massacres. We'll start with that one. We'll jump to the other games. Obviously, we have Atlanta United to talk about. We'll definitely dive into that because from a neutral standpoint, the Atlanta United Miami game was fun.
It was.
For an Atlanta fan, it was, and even Miami, I will say, like it could have gone either way for a little while. But so that was entertaining. But LA Galaxy, I said it, we all said it, I think, but they are, in my opinion, the most well-rounded team in the Western Conference. I really think the only other team in the league right now that really has a chance on most days is going to be Columbus. LAFC, obviously, because of the rivalry, you never know. That's always a wild card. But LA Galaxy, most well-rounded team, in my opinion, Western Conference. They came out, they showed it. Joveljic with a brace, Ricky Pooch with a brace, and then John Nelson, kind of in between. Colorado, Zach Steffen and I will say, if you watch the game, the first goal that kind of opened it up, like this game didn't start off in the first 10 minutes, like with LA Galaxy coming out and absolutely, destroying Colorado, with goals. It was a 32nd minute. So it was well into the first half before you really started hitting the back of the net. But when you did, Zach Steffen had to do better. He had to do better. And he kind of, I think, set the tone for the rest of the match after that. It was kind of a weak header. It was an accurate header, right, but it wasn't just some like power bomb off the top rope type header, right? Like it was enough to put it in the corner where Zach Steffen couldn't reach it, but he was so delayed going after it. That set the tone for the rest of the match, and then LA Galaxy just ran away with it.
Yeah. Just, if you're a Galaxy fan, if you're happy. If you're a Rapids fan, you're like, can the series be over?
Thank God this is a best of 3 series.
Yeah, but to that point though, I don't see Colorado winning another match or any matches in this series. Just Galaxy are just too strong, too talented, too attacking to come out with anything less than a sweep. I mean, if the Rapids get it to penalty shootout at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, they may feel good about themselves. They may be able to sneak one past, but I just don't see it. Just the gulf between those two teams is just too wide. And this was the one that Tommy and I circled as definitely sweet potential coming in. It looks like it's sort of going to play out that way based on just the first match. So we'll see what happens when that one gets back to Dick's Sporting Goods Park out there in Commerce City Friday night. Looks like a 9:30 kickoff from Dick's Sporting Goods Park for that one, Colorado and LA. So that's the big one.
Yeah. So I was going to pull it up and actually show it on the screen here for the stream. I'm not going to do that because I didn't have it ready, and I just realized how bad this was. So I'm going to show my phone. You mentioned the one shot that Colorado had in this game. I'll give you some other stats real quick. Expected goals for LA was 2.46, so they doubled their expected goals, slightly more than doubled. To Colorado's 0.03.
Jeez.
18 total shots to 1, 9 shots on target to 0, 4 big chances to 0. 66% possession to 34. I'm trying to see if there's any other like outstanding numbers here. Passing accuracy was 92% to 83. So, I mean, just, it was just kind of a lopsided game. But this is the shot map of this match. Yep. Guess which one is LA Galaxy?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
That's awful.
It's so bad.
I mean, probably close your eyes and get at least one shot on goal in that one.
Apparently not if you're Colorado.
Just a brutal performance for them, and you feel bad because, again, they came in to the playoffs just on bad form, but you really feel bad for them. Again, like I said, if they get one, they take the penalties, they may fancy their chances to come out of Friday night with a win. But other than that, yeah, this seems pretty straightforward. So, LA Galaxy 5-0 over Colorado Rapids.
Yeah, and it wasn't one of those where it was like a fluky performance. Like the Galaxy, just the goals that they scored. Yeah. Again, barring that first one that was like, Zach Stephanie should have done better. They were free-flowing, fun, goals that they were involved in. I mean, it was just one team was better than the other. It's that simple.
Yeah, so. For sure.
All right, so that was on Saturday. Yesterday, we had the doubleheader of Orlando and Charlotte, and then, of course, LAFC and Vancouver. Let's start with Orlando. Oh, look at Tommy. We'll pause. Let Tommy get in here. How's your chocolate milk taste?
What's up, Tommy?
I don't have any yet.
Oh.
I'm working on it.
Sam, update on Gregerson. Yes, he has a strain, and he is day to day. So we will see. Hopefully by this weekend, he'll be good to go, but we don't know.
Tommy, what's up?
We need health. Like losing that game sucked, right? Especially because you had it in you, right? You had the opportunities. You had an opportunity to go up 2-1, and Tiari just misses it. But you got all these injuries to add on to it. And like, I would have been fine losing that game, but losing Brooks and possibly Gregerson, and Brooks is going to be a little while too, very likely, right? It's going to take him some time to recover that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on if he's related to Greg Garza in any way,
right?
Because Greg Garza played like half a season with a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, but I understand we're in the playoffs here. There's not a lot of expectations, but there's expectations on next season. Whether you keep him or you move him, still, I'm a little nervous about it. With that said, they did open up the 300s, right?
They did.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy stadium.
Yeah. No, I'm looking
and this
forward
is what
to
we wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted this last year. Instead, they gave us a playoff game on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that stupid Wednesday game.
I know.
City couldn't go. I mean, look, you gotta take advantage of the environment. Hopefully, the environment is mostly pro Atlanta.
I think it will be.
Pink jerseys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In September, yeah.
No, it's going to be definitely a heavy Atlantic crowd. I mean, it has to be. It has to be. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. So, yeah. Well, that's the situation in health.
Yeah. Well, while you're on here, Tommy, since we'll deviate and jump over to Atlanta real quick. I know I mentioned it on our takeaways video. I was going to talk about it on Spaces that night, but we got out so late and everything. These dudes needed rest. Atlanta United needed rest. And you hear so often in soccer, especially, about, time off, resting, getting heavy legs in matches. Like, all that is very real. But unless you've been in that position, unless you've played sports that much, or you've been athletic in that way, you don't quite understand what it feels like. But you can look at somebody and you can tell that dude is exhausted and he's about to pass out. After that match, so 6 flights in 6 days for Atlanta United, right? 3 matches, all of them on the road, from south of the United States to Canada, back to south of the United States. You go through all this crap, and yeah, Omar, they still made us play 3 games in 7 days. You end up in this situation where you have guys that are visibly like about to pass out. And Brooks Lennon, fine. Weird coming together. He gets hurt, dislocates his shoulder, whatever. It sucks. Can't really blame that on the rest or lack thereof. But Stian Gregerson, 100% you can chalk that one up to this schedule and the way that it's been done. And I will be the first to say, I even put it in my article that night. Don't sit here and act like you care about player safety and you want to, change up whatever schedule you want to do open. You don't want to do Open Cup, whatever else, and act like, oh, we're doing it because of player safety, and then go and make the playoffs this format, the way that they have it right now. This right now, and I love the playoffs. I do. But the schedule the way it is right now is absolutely imbecilic. It is ridiculous. Yeah. And here we are. You've got a guy, you have your star center back that is possibly not going to be in the biggest match of the season, because he had no ability to rest. And it's not an excuse. It's not a complaint like some people might be saying on Twitter, running their mouth. You shouldn't get rewarded for being the bottom seed. I understand that, but you absolutely should be given the fair chance to allow players to just rest a little bit. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, we've mentioned it before. It's definitely disappointing. Like you're saying, you hope he's okay. But going back to kind of the match itself on Saturday, the 300 sets we said were open. That's good for Atlanta United. Hopefully, they take advantage of it. Hopefully, they take advantage of the last game of the regular season against Miami, must-win situation. I think I mentioned it before. I think if you can get penalties, you at least have a chance to maybe get past. You feel pretty optimistic if you're able to get this to penalties. If you're Atlanta United, if you're Inter Miami, you definitely want to. You spell blood on the road. You definitely want to end this in regulation time. You don't want penalties because that evens the score a little bit. So I think that changes the tactics just a little bit. I think that's the approach that they'll take. Obviously, not playing to lose, but definitely playing to win and understanding, okay, if we can either win, obviously winning in regulation is the ideal scenario. If we get penalties even, this really favors us and our chances to advance. So I think that's the overall mindset. Gregerson is another situation, and hopefully he's okay. Hopefully whoever steps in, if he's not okay, probably Noah Cobb or Lisa Brown can, fill in, rather admirably for them. As far as Leonard is concerned, Drew's still out, so we have to hope that he's at least in the spot where he can contribute at least at some level on Saturday. But essentially next man up for Atlanta United for the players that probably won't be available for them on Saturday, and you hope that's enough to maybe force a game 3, get the series back to Fort Lauderdale, and all bets are off.
That I wasn't going to do the rant again, but you had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Any of those days would have been completely fine. Any of them. And you did it just because you had these side deals on there with TikTok and New York City and the Apple stores. Not one person watched that game at an Apple store. Not a damn one.
Yeah.
And if you did, we need to hook you up with some friends. We're going to help. Come join us at Scarves and Spikes.
Right.
Even Miami fans will accept you as well. Maybe. It's just ridiculous here. And again, it's for the quality of the product. I said this before the schedule even came out. They do this in the NBA as well, the playing tournament. The Hawks got screwed. They won it on a Wednesday. They had to play on Friday in Miami. It was ridiculous. And they need to fix that for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it was Sydney. You were the one that got into it, or maybe you quote tweeted something about that the other day, right?
Matt Doyle. So I wasn't I was ready to come out of it. It's like, no, don't just say, hey,
but it's true.
Better. You get
what's true.
What's true?
We're not playing victim here.
To Matt.
It's not playing victim. You want your best. You want the best product that you can on the field, and having a team that just played a couple days ago have to travel, and even if it's Montreal, because they just played a couple games as well. You want to be able to give your best product, especially you would think if it was Miami, right? The most eyes on the product. Now it was a good game, right? It absolutely was. I thought.
It just seemed very dismissive what he said. Just play better, and you won't have to worry about this. No, this looking over dismissing the actual issue. Like you're looking past the actual issue is fixing congestion, and I guarantee you, if she were on the other foot,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. I guarantee you, she were on the other foot, and Miami were in a situation last year. If they snuck into the playoffs, everyone would be like, yeah, we got to fix this. So Messi's not playing 3 matches in 6 days. It's funny how the perspective changes based on the teams that are involved. Yep. So I really hope not to tread over ground we've already tread on already, I really hope MLS and the Players Association can come up with a common ground situation or solution so that we don't have to worry about this anymore. Just playing better soccer is not the solution. MLS and MLS and PA need to do better in this situation. I'm sure other teams, neutrals, agree with that sentiment.
Well, and let me this is from Edgar. And Edgar, by the way, we've talked about the Galaxy, so drop in your thoughts because I know you're happy. But he said this is why you have to fight not to finish 8th or 9th because it's the toughest road to a championship, which is absolutely valid. It's valid.
It's true, but
that's why you play the first seed, right? Because you're the quote unquote worst team playing against the best team. That's part of your punishment. But that's fine. But any team in the world, if they had to play the schedule that Atlanta United or Montreal, I'm not just saying it as an Atlanta fan, I would say this about anybody.
Peak Man City would struggle with that.
Exactly. Like you're playing 3 matches in 6-7 days. You're making over almost 3,000 miles of travel in less than a week. And that's where, people that just pay attention to like English football or European football, where they don't understand it. Like we actually asked Pedro Amador at the end of the match, like, when you came to MLS, were you expecting this amount of travel? And he was like, I mean, yeah, to a degree. It's a lot, but we just kind of have to suck it up. That was kind of like the whole vibe from everybody. Yeah. Like, we just have to suck it up. But there's a lot of unspoken words, lots of facial expressions that were made about how they feel about the way that the schedule has gone down.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all for avoiding a fine if I'm a player, but I'll tell you right now, none of the players nor the coaches want to be in this kind of position.
No,
because
absolutely
it's unsafe. It's unsafe for the players. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Would you be mad if it was Saturday?
I mean, at least
it's one more day. I mean,
just
give yourself one more day. That's the problem.
No, and that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that, like, because I think Saturday would have been fine. It's the same amount of days that. Who won the wild card game? I'm drawing a blank on the West.
Oh, Vancouver won that one.
Yeah, Vancouver. It's just, they got one extra day than we did. And again, it's no problem with any other any team, I would say this for, that just have to play on that. And again, you want the quality here. But really, it's just the scheduling gods. And here's the thing, I don't think the Miami Stadium had anything going on. So it was just prior obligations, I think.
Yeah.
And they said, fine, Miami, you're playing on Friday, and whoever it is, we don't care. And that's what we were stuck at here. But whatever, it is what it is. I don't think they're going to make rules about this. I think they just need to be better, right? Just be better with scheduling. They're not going to make rules or anything wrapped around it, but they just need to be able to figure something out. Again, for player safety, but also just for the quality of the product here. Because, yeah, I mean, how often does a 1 seed beat an 8 seed in any sport?
It's happened, but not very often.
It's rare. Right, it's rare. They don't need any advantage of that. They're probably going to win the series anyways. But still, you want to give the fans a show and a fighting chance.
Well, and that's kind of the thing, too. Like, it would be one thing if it were consistent all the way through. But then you look, and this kind of goes to what Edgar said, like, the playoffs have been extended so long across October and November. The final is in December.
Right.
And they couldn't find some time for the wild card teams to recover. Just give them a couple of extra days. That's all you got to do, because then you get to what we're at now, right? We're actually in the first round of the playoffs. And you had Atlanta, Miami play on Friday. They don't play again until Saturday, which is great. But then you have, like, Cincinnati's playing New York tonight, and then they play again on Saturday. So, like, they don't – it's not – I mean, they have time, right? But you're just kind of like throwing – the calendar willy-nilly and saying, like, all right, well, here, we're just going to throw a match here. We're going to throw this particular seeding on this day at this time. And it just doesn't make any sense. It's just all over the place. And it feels like somebody put up a dartboard with a bunch of, like, a playoff bracket and just threw darts at it until they figured out, like, what the schedule was going to be. It's ridiculous.
I mean, no, it was just obligations to Messi. That's really what it is. Apple wanted to do it that day. It's a unique situation. We just need to keep an eye on it going forward. That's really what it is. I don't think that I don't think it was anything malicious. I just think that they signed a deal here and didn't care, right? Because Friday nights, there's not a ton going on in sports. I mean,
Yeah.
all the sports are on, but there's nothing special. But on Saturday nights is college football
Right.
as well. So you're going up against less things on a Friday. So that's why they threw it on a Friday.
And you're right.
So,
But don't be afraid. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid of going up against college football. I get so freaking irritated with that. I understand,
No,
like it's a
Tyler,
thing.
college football is like a monster in this city, like in this country. You got if you go up against college football, it's gonna be like 20 people. What are people in the Southeast doing on a Saturday night? They're watching Georgia. They're watching whatever team is playing on Saturday.
But I'm talking about Miami
team.
specifically. Miami specifically. You have Lionel Messi, who you had at this Friday game. You had Chad Ochocinco. You had Coach Beard. You had Danny Rojas. Well, I forget his name.
Star of Venom.
Yeah.
Huh?
Star of Venom.
Yeah.
That guy.
There's
that Griffey brother, or was? Oh no, that was the other game. Never mind.
And then there was who else was there?
Was Chaperone there? She's everywhere.
There were, but that's to that point. Like there was tons of like random celebrities there, right? They came to see Messi.
Yeah.
Messi can compete with college football. Now, it may not be competing, like you might not get the crowd in the southeastern United States.
Right. No, absolutely.
But you're going to get the crowd from everywhere else. I understand if you don't want to put Cincinnati and New York City on Saturday night to go up against college football. I get that. But it's Miami. And if you want to elevate, the league because you brought in Messi, don't be afraid to throw that game on Saturday night and let Messi go up against everybody. Give the teams that need a little bit of extra rest. Don't do it because you're afraid and you're scared. I don't know. That irritates me. That freaking irritates me.
Yeah, but still, Tyler, you gotta look at, and I'm not disagreeing 100%, but you still gotta look at people's viewing. You're not going to get a lot of casual fans, I feel like, watching Messi.
You're not going to get casual fans anyways, though. They're stuck behind Apple right now. Like, and that's some of these games are in FS1 though. Like what? I think today's
no one
game.
Watches FS1.
Yeah, but like if I had the option, if it was Atlanta United on FS1, there's a very good chance I'd ask my buddies if we wanted to go out to a bar and watch the game.
But by the way, when's the last time you've seen a match on FS1 promoted?
I mean, I don't watch FS1.
Exactly.
Well, I don't watch FS1 that often, but like Fox does. Like Big Fox will advertise games on FS1 on occasion, but not MLS because MLS hasn't really been on there. It's a rare thing.
Here's how much Fox cares about MLS. They send guys to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to call matches off a monitor.
That's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a empty gesture in my eyes for Fox.
Well, this ends the three men with the beard segment, right? Angry beard men yelling at the sky, or just three grumpy men.
A break. That's all I care about.
We're just old and we want some rest.
We all agree on that.
Don't have double standards. That's the other thing.
No, and if we're the number 1 seed next year, and Cincinnati is the 8th seed, just throwing 2 random teams out there, if they're on short rest, I'm going to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. It sucks for them.
Yeah, but
or
don't just
Miami.
Say,
I mean,
better
if it were Miami that happened.
It's okay then.
I'm just for real though. Like I say the same thing because at the end of the day, I care about, like you said, Tommy, the quality of the product and player safety. Like we've seen so many bad injuries. We saw Ian Frey go down. Thankfully, he didn't have a 4th ACL injury. But it's situations like that. And I'm not chalking his up, obviously, to the congestion, but it's just an example where, like, do what you can to avoid the injuries. Steon Gregerson's injury could have been avoided had you not played 3 matches in 7 days. That's stupid.
Yeah. We can all agree on that.
Yes. I'm staying on this freaking soapbox though. But I don't know.
Talk about the 2 other matches.
We do.
There's more matches?
Orlando.
I thought it was just Miami and Atlanta. We're not in MLS Cup.
LAC Vancouver. Orlando won, LAC won. Okay, we're done talking.
Vancouver's still a franchise?
Apparently.
They are. They gave LAFC a little bit to think about. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
they
like
definitely
I don't think LAFC was super worried, but it was the better game than the Charlotte Orlando one
yeah.
for sure.
I admittedly didn't watch Orlando's. Really didn't watch either match, but looking at the statistics, pretty much one-way traffic for Orlando all throughout the match. And it's disappointing because I thought Charlotte is. I said it, Tommy, with you. Charlotte are my good vibes team for this playoffs. I think once this gets back to Bank of America Stadium, that is going to be on Friday night. I think they're going to win that one for the third game. So I'm kind of sticking to that prediction for that series, but a little bit disappointed that they didn't give a better account of themselves against Orlando. And Orlando maybe got a little wake-up call with the loss to Atlanta United on decision day, because it looked like they definitely were the better team on Friday or Saturday, I should say, Sunday, whatever night it was.
There goes my prediction of all 3 games going 0-0 to penalties.
Yeah.
It'd been really cool. It would have been the worst series of all time to watch, but it would have been really cool to see something like that happen.
Good for goalkeepers.
That was the only upset I think that I had in that first round was Charlotte winning. Everyone else, I just had the favorites.
The thing is,
going through.
It was more balanced than the scoreline and then the red card says. Like you would think if you just looked at the the top little highlight, saw 2-0, Charlotte got a red card, you'd be like, oh wow, that just like was a really, really bad day for Charlotte. Yeah. They had a couple shots on target. The possession was not terribly skewed either way. It was in Orlando's favor, but not by much. Yeah. Quinny, game starts in 6 minutes. 6:55.
5:55 Central Time.
6:55. I forgot. You're in Austin. You're on the wrong time zone.
Oh, you're traveling, Sydney?
Yeah, I'm traveling. I'll be back Thursday.
Did you bring your cowboy hat with you?
I did not.
Oh.
I did not bring a cowboy hat, unfortunately.
Dang it. You missed an opportunity.
You getting a lot of good barbecue down there?
I did earlier. I had a pretty okay place. Actually, yeah, it was good. Had some
what
nice
did you have?
Good. Brisket and mac and cheese. It's a candied brisket ice cream as well. So that was good. It was a pretty good meal.
Ice cream?
Candied brisket ice cream is pretty good. It was really good. I liked it.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, that was my barbecue for today. I had to get some when I was in town.
Dude, this is impressive. They got a whole. Impressive? It's like Christmas, but it's like all these Halloween decorations. There's
that's nice.
A hearse out there, and
that's nifty.
They got a killer clown from outer space. We don't want to start that talk again.
Oh yeah. Real quick, LAFC Vancouver. We haven't even gotten to the Cincinnati New York City lineups, but LAFC Vancouver 2-1. You said Vancouver gave LAFC a little bit to think about. Ryan Gauld nicked one at the end, but LAFC going to BC Place with a 1-0 lead by way the match is being played at BC Place.
Did they though? Like, did they give him something to think about? A garbage time goal?
I mean, it could have been.
You never know.
Late. Yeah, it's a little late. So
because it's those two West Coast kind of teams, like a little bit of history. You never know. A little bit.
They just constantly play each other. Like they played like 5 times last year.
I know.
It felt like it.
Well, two in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs, and then they played in the Open Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
5 times. What team would you like to play 5 times with Atlanta United?
None.
Exactly.
No, pick one. Which team would you like to play 5 times?
Red Bulls.
Red Bulls?
Or Nashville.
Yeah.
A Derby team.
That'd be the most. Wait, I'm sorry. Who'd you say, Sydney?
Charlotte or Nashville, a Derby team. Let's see if I.
Yeah, New York. No, they already give us enough headaches as it is, and you want our guys to stay healthy. You're afraid of health. This truck just keeps driving by. So if I get kidnapped, call somebody. But no, 5 times. Like that's like. Might as well just. It's like a minor league schedule. That how many you have to play one team.
It is. Well, but so in this match, listen to this really quick. Shots, both 15. Shots on target, both 4. Possession was 52 to 48% in favor of Vancouver, actually. 508 passes to 529. Accuracy was 84%, 85%. Yellow cards, both teams had 2.
LAC won 2-1. I was saying LAC won 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, well, you had one team that was more clinical, but it wasn't a blowout. Like, it wasn't one of those games where it's like they snuck one in. I mean, yeah, if you look at it, they got one, the garbage goal, whatever, at the end, but like they actually played a pretty decent game, and LAFC's just got those guys that are going to finish the chances when they have them. Yeah. And Vancouver, unfortunately, doesn't quite have that, but they did most of the other job right. Of course, it doesn't matter, but you never know what can happen. I'm not chalking this one like LA Galaxy and Colorado. That series, in my opinion, is over. But I'm curious about this LAFC one.
It's over.
Nah,
they're gonna give him a little. They're gonna give him a little bit of a run to start the game, but there's too much talent on this LAFC team.
Yeah,
and after they I don't know. They finally get a trophy, right?
Yeah.
Well, wait, did they win? They won open. Well, I mean, over last year they choked it, right?
Yeah.
Last year they choked it, and then they go and they lose against Columbus, and then they won Open Cup, right?
Yep. They won Open Cup this year.
They won Open Cup. I mean, do you think they won Columbus again?
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. Who's
got the better record? Who would host it? It's Columbus, right?
Columbus.
I'm down for going back for round 3. I'd be real down to go back to round 3 for that. That'd be really cool. Actually no, because I said that all about the Cavs and the Warriors, like back to back years. It felt like you got to get some other teams in there. I don't actually want to see that again. Never mind.
So Cincinnati NYC is about to kick off right now. It's kicking off right now at TQL Stadium. Try and get this lineup set up, or this set up for us so we can watch. But
the quicker picker upper. Are we sponsored by Bounty now?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Cool.
All right, underway in TQL Stadium. I think this will update as the match goes on. Let me refresh.
So my first kind of thoughts, we'll jump into the lineup too. Cincinnati is still dealing with a crap ton of injuries, relatively speaking. They have had the injury bug, and New York starting off really, really hot. But no, I mean, this is going to be one of those where, Cincy coming into this, they've not had the best form. The past 5 games, they've won 1.
Oh yeah. Been really bad form.
Omar, yeah, it felt like a goal was coming. But yeah, we can jump in the lineups whenever you're ready. But I don't know. I feel like this one could go either way because New York City, I feel like Cincy's the better team technically.
Yeah. But
they have just not been in form.
Tommy just Irish exited, by the way. Irish goodbye.
He did.
No, but
maybe he got kidnapped. We need to check on him. He got kidnapped by that truck that was driving by.
Yeah. No, but we're trying to get the score up here for you as we go along. But second minute, no score thrown for NYC just now. But I'll read out the lineups. Start with Cincinnati, Celentano, of course, in goal. Defense, Kenny Chadabe, Robinson, center back, Waziem on the right, Assad, Lebedeau, Bucha, Yedlin across the midfield, and Lucho Casa, of course, leading the line. In midfield, and Orjano and Kubo up top, the two striker lineup for Cincinnati. NYCFC, give out Alonso Martinez. He's been really hot toward the latter of the season. Santiago Rodriguez, Anis Wolf, the wingers, Sanz Pereira, Keaton Parks in the midfield, and then left to right defense, Kevin O'Toole, Burke Risa, Telgen Andrade, Tavon Gray at right wing, right back, and Matt Freeze in goal for NYC.
Our good old buddy, Miles Robinson, back doing his thing.
Good to see him healthy and succeeding for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and you know what? We're not even 3 minutes into this one yet, and you've already got what has amounted to a very back and forth game. And if this is kind of setting the tone for the rest of the match, then these players are going to be happy they had a week and a half rest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like some teams.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but I was whatever. I didn't want to beat the dead horse, though. I'm all about beating that dead horse. Omar Miles was injured. He kind of had some up and down moments, but he's back.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to get the score up here so you guys can watch. I heard that's on FotMob. I know MLS Moves does it. I'm not trying to copy them, but it looks like FotMob is the move for this. I'm just going to share this on the screen. Apologies for the inconvenience here. There we go.
Hey. So almost 4 minutes in, and it's been in both penalty boxes 2 or 3 times a piece at this point.
Yeah.
You know, that Atlanta match was interesting to me because being there, watching it, you know, some things you just see better in person and some things you see better watching in a broadcast. But one of the things that stood out to me in that Atlanta match was how long it took for Atlanta to settle into that match. And by settle in, I mean progress the ball into Miami's final third or defensive third, rather.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. Now they grew into it, to be fair. They grew into it. Brad Guzan was a big part of that and the saves that he had. But I mean, then you look at a game like this and you can tell this one's already going to be, whether it has goals or not, there's going to be a lot of hot, spicy moments going back and forth.
Yeah, we'll see. A little bit of a slow burn right now, to be honest with you. Looked like there's half a chance for Cincinnati. I'm a little confused because Cincinnati's wearing their darker jerseys. And I say wear the blue ones. They're like blue ones. Cincy has NYC, I think, has darker kits like that as well. So
yeah,
got him throwing for Cincy right here. What's your gut feeling about this match?
Gut feeling?
Yeah.
3-1 New York City.
3-1 NYC.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just don't think Cincy just doesn't have the goal scorers right now. I mean, of course, you never know with Lucho. But again, going back to the conversation, they're just not in form. They haven't been in form. And this league is all about getting hot at the right time. And the right time is always the end of the season because the playoffs is different. You know, if you're going for the Supporter Shield, fine, that's one thing. But you want to be hot going into the playoffs. And of course, breaks, you know, long hiatuses like they've kind of had is definitely one thing. But I think New York City's, I just feel like they want it more at this point. I feel like they've wanted it more for the past month and a half.
It's all about what Alonso Martinez does up top for them because he's been in a really good form. Of course, the service he gets. But yeah, I think NYC is a better team. They're in better form. And I think if Cincinnati is able to snatch one, that'll kind of change everything for them. But yeah. Really important match, of course, for them. They want to set the tone here at home. And they haven't been as good at home this year as they were last year when they won the Shield. So that's another thing to look out for. And part of that is injuries.
And that's the thing. You know, both of these teams throughout the year have had some pretty significant spells of just injuries and problems and whatever else. And I mean, Cincy right now is kind of dealing with it, but New York has had a handful of guys for a long time. I mean, it wasn't just, a week or two here and there. They had a handful of guys that were out for significant amounts of time.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why they started off this year pretty bad. I mean, remember we were all talking at one point that Nick Cushing wasn't going to be around.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Free kick for Cincinnati. Big Sanchez trips up for Turno. Luciano has been a really good player, first-year player for Cincy as well. Trying to pull up his stats, but look at Luciano, another key signing for Cincinnati. 10 goals, 5 assists, finalist for Newcomer of the Year. Gabriel Peck is another finalist, as well as Luis Suarez. I voted for Gabriel Peck for that one.
I did too.
It's a good ball, Cincy.
But I will say that has been one thing that I've really liked about Cincy the past 2 years now, really, is they have made it a point to go out, look for the right guys to fit the system.
Yeah.
Similar, honestly, to what Atlanta's trying to do now, but they had massive success with it last year. And two, I mean, you can't call this season not successful for Cincinnati.
Right.
I mean, I think any team would be perfectly happy to be, in the top 4, but you look back at last year and it's like that was a historical season, especially considering the prior 3.
Yeah.
Looks like into this one
out here in the box.
penalty shout, yeah.
Won't be given though.
Yeah, that's soft.
Yeah.
If it's given. But they've still done the job. Again, injuries, that's always a wild card, but I've enjoyed kind of the strategy that their front office has taken. And it's been so good that they've lost some of their front office because that's what happens, right? You saw it with any team that's successful, but you saw it with Atlanta. I mean, I'm always going to pivot back to Atlanta because that's the main point of this podcast. But when you have a team that's successful, it's not just the players that get picked up; it's the front office folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we saw it happen with Cincy this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Chris Albright has just done a terrific job. Him and Pat Noonan, sort of that Philly connection.
Yeah.
Pretty ironic now. What? Not a sponsor. They're not sponsored yet. But if you're watching Philly Connection, please sponsor us.
Growing up, that place was like one of my favorite places to eat.
Yeah.
By
the way, if you're not watching in the Atlanta area, it's a chain. Philly Connection is a chain in Atlanta.
Are they only in Atlanta?
I believe so.
Really? That would actually kind of make me upset. We
could be wrong.
Have just a random Philly connection.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, all over.
Well, I had one growing up. Like it was right near our house, and I used to love that place. And then they shut down. And I recently found out I actually have one about 20 minutes away from my house, and I've thought about going.
There's actually,
but I'm just afraid I'm going to be disappointed.
It's actually one not too far from my apartment, to be honest with you. I've only been once or twice. Pretty good.
I might have to go try it out. I've just, when you have that like nostalgia moment where you're like, I really want it, and then you go and you have it, and you're like, this is not what I remembered it being.
Yeah.
New York,
possible chance,
decent opportunity. That's a foul.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if he has much to complain about there.
I don't know why you're whining and tossing the ball behind your back like you're Greg Berhalter. Like, what are you doing, dude?
I mean, not a ton in that, to be fair, but yeah, referee does call the foul.
I mean, but you go down in that situation, you're going to get the foul.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Yeah. So I don't know if I think it's a bit too far for no, I was gonna say Acosta, but NYC free kick. So who takes it? Martinez? So I didn't realize this. Maybe we see Maxi Morales later on, but I didn't realize he was 5'3".
Yeah.
And here's Acosta. It's 5'5". So
Yep.
I'd love
Short
to see them.
dudes.
We'd love to see them on the field together.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Like the Mario brothers running next to each
Right.
other. Or maybe just Mario times 2.
Santi Rodriguez taking it. Poor ball.
Yeah, that was just you could tell what they were trying to do, and it
Yes.
did not come off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little even, to be honest with you, over the past 13 minutes. First
Yeah.
13 minutes of the match. I mean, no real glaring chances for either side. So we'll see what happens as the match progresses here in the 14th minute.
I think New York forgot they were not playing on a baseball field for a minute there.
That giveaway.
Yep, terrible giveaway. Oh, and then another
Another
back
giveaway.
giveaway.
Oh, yeah, that. By the way, if you're watching and you're not a regular viewer of the channel, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps us out a lot.
Always,
We
always.
grow and expand our influence.
It's interesting because I mean they've settled in immensely, but you could tell both coaches kind of came into this game with the thought process of let's come out and smack them in the face. Let's play the long ball, get it over the top, and just see what you can do with it. And like you said, you had a couple of half opportunities, half chances, and didn't really do much with them. But now the teams are kind of settling in. You're seeing a little bit more patience in the build up. You see it now with Cincy.
Look out.
Almost getting
bad
caught.
giveaway. Bad giveaway. Something but New York City recovers.
Had to be better there.
Yeah.
Had to be better. That was not
Absolutely.
good.
NYC could break, or Cincy can break here. Kubo. Acosta. May shoot.
Ooh.
Clever ball.
Yeah, it was a good try. He's no Pedro Amador, though. Santi Rodriguez has been killing it this year. I mean, you look at the stats there on the Apple broadcast, but 12 goals, 10 assists. I mean, you get a number 10 that does that, there's no reason you shouldn't be in the playoffs.
These are two really good number 10s, of course.
Yeah.
Acosta, I was going to say set the standard, but yeah, Messi, of course. But yeah.
Talking about Thiago Almada, you mean?
No, but of course Messi is in a class of himself, but Acosta is probably, outside of that, the best number 10 in the league by far. I mean, just his quality, his goal scoring ability, just the way he makes everybody around him better. That's a clear foul on Santi Rodriguez there. But yeah, Acosta, I didn't vote for him, as player of the year or MVP. But Acosta's having a better season than he had last year when they won the Shield. So
which is funny. That's not a foul get up. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of one of the things that intrigued me a lot about this match in particular is you do have two number 10s. And to me, it was kind of the same vibe for us when Atlanta and Miami played when it was Almada and Messi, because you have kind of like the master and protege type deal. Well, this is just two all around good, solid number 10s. They're guys that they influence their team in a great way. They make their team better. Team kind of revolves around them. And you're seeing it here. I mean, you're 15 minutes in, and you look at Santi Rodriguez there with just keeping the play alive. But then on the other side of the ball, you look at Lucho, and he is the driving force behind all of Cincinnati's attack. And it's a little bit of a chess match revolving around the players around them. And I just think New York City has the better players.
This is the first corner of the night, right? For either team? Or
Yep.
One? Okay. Ultimately, goal kick for Cincinnati.
And those of y'all that are watching too, y'all jump in the chat. Jump in the chat. We want to hear from y'all. We want y'all to dive into the conversation. And it's not just this match. I mean, obviously we're watching this one, but anything about the playoffs that y'all want to chat about, send it.
Absolutely. Another foul here. And you're saying it's still the feeling out period of the match. The other team looking to commit any early errors. And then Omer saying the stadium looks empty. I know you're going to say that. I think I interrupted you earlier, but you were saying the stadium, not a lot of people there. That's another thing about, when you talk so much about the schedule, it's Monday night, school night. So I don't know. It's just tough, really, for just young families to come out. I think you have the World Series going on tonight. So Cincinnati, of course, a big baseball town. So I imagine some people are watching that as well. Monday Night Football going on too. So you're really lost in the sea of sports going on. Wow, I thought that went in.
Woo!
Good effort from Kubo.
First really good opportunity in the match.
Really good effort.
But again, you look at where it kind of comes from, who's drawing the attention, and that didn't miss by much at all.
Yeah, he just had that pocket of space, and he was able to take advantage of it, take the shot. Since he nearly got up 1-0 in the 20th minute, it's a dangerous pass here.
Both teams are having some interesting moments playing out of the back with their goalkeeper.
Yeah, I know.
Very interesting moments.
Yeah. Almer saying he'd prefer to have the players in December. Let's go out.
Yeah, Jack saying, hey, straight up, having playoffs in midweek is dumb to me. Well, that's definitely how we felt last year with that home game that we talked about earlier in Atlanta. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you have to, almost out of necessity, you have to spread them out, or you just kind of continue the same type of schedule you have throughout the regular season. And mostly only play on Saturdays. But then if you do that, either you have your matches all in one window at night, or you absolutely make every game spread out and do it all day, like a noon game, a 2:00 game, 4:00 game, 6:00 game, and you go all the way through the day.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way. But then again, to y'all's point earlier, you do that on Saturday and you're competing with college football. So I get it. It's a struggle. But yeah, I mean, for this environment, like TQL should be packed out right now. And I'll be honest, like being down in Miami. Miami had a good crowd, and that was on a Friday night, so there's a little bit more leeway.
It's dangerous pass.
Yep, good. Oh, well, it was good up until he fell. But you had a really good crowd down in Miami. But about 5 minutes prior to kickoff, I think I even tweeted it, there were some empty seats in that stadium. And my first thought was, well, it's because people are priced out. But it ended up filling in really well. You had some people show up late, and the crowd ended up being pretty solid. And I think it was
good ball to the back post.
Yeah.
I think too, it's Friday night in South Florida, so a lot of people are partying and stuff like that. But like you were saying earlier, there are a lot of celebrities. Brendan Hunt, Crystal Fernandez from Ted Lasso. There's Acosta. weak effort. Nothing troubling freeze there. But yeah, Crystal Fernandez, Brendan Hunt, Chad Ochocinco, OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Stars definitely come out for Inter Miami matches. More for Messi, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see the ticket prices, but yeah, the price I'm sure was astronomical. And if there's a game 3 there, I'm sure it'll be even higher. So
Oh yeah.
it's an event. And I wonder, kind of talking wider scale, I wonder once he leaves, how many more fans will come through. They're of course building the stadium in the city of Miami in the next few years. It looks like
that's my biggest, and I'll give you my thought on that. Jack asking any news on Brooks and Stian. Stian has a strain. He's day to day, so hopefully he'll be back by the weekend, but we don't know. And nothing really new on Brooks, but dislocated shoulder, you can kind of make it a coin toss. It just depends on like how much pain he's in.
Yeah.
Ronald Hernandez has been good though, and the only reason he didn't play, decent chance. The only reason he didn't play the other day was because he got sick the night before. So
yeah.
But going back to that last point, Edgar saying, in case you missed it, Saturday night, Galaxy had a near sellout, 24,537. At the same time, the Lakers were playing just up the road. Dodgers were in the World Series just a little bit further up the road. The thing about that, and the only thing I'll say, and it kind of goes to my other point, is everything's right there for the most part. Miami, and this is kind of what I was getting to before that, is if you haven't been to Chase Stadium, it's very easy to forget how far away from Miami that place actually is.
I mean, it's Fort Lauderdale.
It's not even it's North Fort Lauderdale. It's north of Fort Lauderdale. It's north of the next big city north of Miami. That's the thing. Like, it's really the biggest thing that place has going for it is the fact that it's got an airport right next to it, a regional airport.
FLL. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not even because it's not Hollywood. It's the smaller like regional airport.
Gotcha.
So it's a pretty good free kick coming up.
Free kick, yeah. Right into the wall.
Rebound, hit the wall again. But that's the thing. Like,
it's another chance.
Yep. Corner. Looks like. And yeah, Omar said it's like if Atlanta United played in Macon. And it really is. I mean, it's about that far. And that's without traffic. You have a team down there who really Messi coming was a massive blessing, just in the sense that it gave Miami a little bit more time to actually build their stadium in Miami. Because I think once you get the stadium built in Miami, it's going to draw people regardless. But I'll tell you right now, man, I love this game. I love soccer. I would not be making that drive if I lived in Miami. Now, Powdered Herons, folks. I would not be making that drive. That's crazy.
Mass transit isn't the best down there either.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, I will say, coming from Orlando, he took out his own player. He took out Miles. You can take the Bright Line from Orlando straight to Chase Stadium, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Whistle. Offside.
Yeah. But it's just the infrastructure around that place is not great. Whereas LA, the traffic sucks, but it's all there, and you can get to it.
More or less.
Yeah. So
I know Edgar's watching and he knows we've talked about traffic with him before in Southern California. It's very bad.
Yeah.
It was, I remember I was vacationing there a few years back. It was just tough to go anywhere because you'd have to leave like so early to avoid the bulk of traffic.
Nothing bothers me more than having to sit in traffic for an extra 30 minutes to go somewhere that should have only taken me 30 minutes to get there in the first place.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah. So, talking about Cincinnati, NYC, Kubo had a really close chance a few minutes ago, but NYC haven't had any glaring chances. This is an opportunity foul. And Edgar, like I said, we've talked about it, takes 45 minutes, 60 minutes to get to the stadium from where he's living. It's insane.
Yeah.
Jack, come on up to Atlanta, by the way. Let us know.
Yeah.
Yellow card going to Lucha?
Looks like it, yeah.
Let's see. I mean, where's the foul? Or Jono for kicking the ball away?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's where it came from. Okay. It's interesting yellow.
I mean, after the whistle's blown, you go in. We're not playing basketball where it's still worth taking the shot,
That was a soft foul, though.
The foul itself. And Omar saying I'd argue a second yellow for a high boot. I'd have to see the angle where it actually came close, but I mean, you're not wrong. That could go either way. Jack
for NYC.
Yeah. So yeah, if you Jack, if you come, let us know. Send us a message when you get ready to come out here. We have plenty of recommendations on where to stay. Of course, there's the Signia that we do our live shows from, which is literally right next to the stadium. Tommy likes to stay also at this hotel called the American, which is easy walking distance, maybe 15 minutes at the most. But there's plenty of places. So let us know when you get ready, and we will give you a place to go.
You got to make the trip over across the Atlantic, Jack. We'd love to see you.
And we'll even take you to a Waffle House, man.
Yeah. Oh, far post.
Another good opportunity for
Yedlin.
Cincy.
Took a knock though. Looks like he's okay. Yedlin's back. It's gonna be interesting to watch throughout the day.
He looks like an old man right now. Struggling.
Hey, that's the last thing they need is another injury to that back line.
Yeah.
NYC foot race here. Good tackle.
Good tackle. Really good tackle.
Hadebe. I forgot Teenage Hadebe was still in the league. He used to be with Houston, but I forgot he was still in NLS, to be honest with you.
Another one of those kind of under the radar intra-league trades.
Yeah. Well, he was a signing in August. I missed it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that recent.
He went to so yeah, here's what happened. He went to Turkey in February.
Hey, okay.
But then he came back to MLS and signed with Cincinnati. He liked it in the US so much, he decided to come back.
Ooh.
Good chance. So
that's their I would say best chance of the game. I mean, it wasn't
relatively speaking.
Yeah. But really, the only one that's really been dangerous in this game has been that one by Kubo.
Yeah. Trying to pull up the stats now just to see what the stats are.
Yeah, Jack, not quite Joseph.
Yeah. So Cincy with leading 5 shots to NYC lead shots on goal 2-1. Cincy about 54.5% possession to NYC 45.5, just about.
I mean, it's been a solid back and forth game. It's not been a one-sided game at all.
Who do you think has the advantage tonight thus far?
Cincy. I think Cincy's just playing now. I know that goes against what I predicted, but as far as like just what we've seen in the 32 and a half minutes that they played, I think Cincy has had a little bit more of the foot on the gas pedal, so to speak.
Yeah. Cincy definitely coming in with a chip on their shoulder, I think.
Yeah, and they should.
Yeah, just with them struggling toward the end of the season.
Edgar saying it's been downhill footy so far in favor of Cincy. Jack, I think New York look more likely to score, but I think Cincy wins 1-0. I hope we get more goals than that, but
yeah.
And that's the thing. Like with the way this game has been being played right now, I could see this being a 1-0 game, or I could see it being like what Omar said earlier, like a 4-3 game. Like this could be one of those that just breaks loose here in a minute because here we go. Cincy coming the other way again, and it's just been very much back and forth football.
Right.
The midfield has been more or less obsolete in this match so far.
Good turn here. Good ball in the box. Nothing there. That's a nice run by Buha, 23.
Look at that. I mean, they're not going to show it now, but on that throw in, New York with no pressure back on the throw in, like nobody's there. He was allowed to take essentially a free throw in and settle back in, and now they've won a corner out of it. So it's just little mental things like that that's in the playoffs. That's what can cause you to pay, because here you are, one of the best number 10s in the league right now, Luciano Acosta, getting ready to take a corner, and it's just it was kind of lax, a moment of laziness from New York.
Yeah,
and if they pay for it here, you best believe that's going to be one of the first things they go back and look at on the film review between now and the next match.
Yeah.
Look for that back post ball, because that's what they've been trying to hit all night. Look at Miles Robinson going for it too.
Oh,
he was waiting. He was waiting.
Yeah. Lacaria, I think it's pronounced, saying 3-1. If that, I assume that's for Cincy. 3-1 for Cincy. Let us know.
Which team 3, which team 1? Because that's what I said was 3-1.
Thanks for watching, by the way.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yes. Fire alarm or smoke alarm going off in one of the rooms down the hallway. So I don't know if you can hear that.
Barely. You're not in danger, are you? Like, do you need to take off and run?
No, I'll let you know if that's the case. So probably just left some food in the microwave too long.
You ever had one of those moments in an apartment?
Yeah, a couple times. That was the other week.
Did you really like you did it?
No, not me.
Oh,
but well, yeah, I've set my smoke alarm off several times, but a couple times when it's gone off in the entire apartment.
So in college, one of my roommates, around Christmas time, it was like right before Christmas break, he had this wonderful idea. He had discovered the beautiful smell that is a pine tree sap. It smells like Christmas tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he decides he went out to do something and wound up ripping off a bunch of pine saplings from a pine tree outside.
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Hey, you should boil those." So he sticks a big pot of water on the stove and turns it on. And our apartment smelled so good. It smelled like, pine saw for about 4 hours. And then he forgot. And I literally come out of my little bedroom as the smoke alarm starts to go off. And I look over, and there is just this little ball of flame coming up from this pot on the stove. And it was a stupid pine sapling he had left in there. And all the water boiled out, and it was just completely cooked.
Wow.
Whole apartment had to evacuate, and it was like easily like a 700 to 800 person apartment complex. It was a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Could have been worse though, but still.
Yeah. New York's got to be careful because, and I looked at it. I can't remember this ref's name off the top of my head, but
Is it Peckmatch?
that might be right.
Let me check. Vicarious saying Cincinnati 3-1, by the way.
Cincinnati 3-1. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Hey, I could see it. I can see it.
Let's see.
Edgar also saying 3-1. Jack asking if I had an MLS team before Atlanta was formed. No. I followed MLS, paid a lot of attention to it, but I just didn't have a team that I just stuck with. And I actually, before Atlanta was formed, I followed the Atlanta Silverbacks.
The ball.
New York.
Oh,
Top of the net.
Close. Nice header.
Very good opportunity there. Completely onside, no problem. I mean, just a little too much on it. Yeah, no, I follow the Atlanta Silverbacks, Jack. If you get a minute to look them up, they were an Atlanta team here for a while, for what, decade and a half?
Yeah.
Or so. Played at this place called Silverbacks Park, which is still here. That's actually where Apotheos plays their games and where they played their Open Cup match.
Yeah, it's still around.
Yeah, it's still around. It's actually a really cool place. It's just if you're in Atlanta, it's away from stuff, so it's not like a super easy place to get to.
Yeah.
But really cool place. But yeah, it was cool. Like, and Jack, he was saying that's even more special. It was neat because Silverbacks Park is not super close to where I live at, but I enjoyed following them as much as I could. But then when they announced Atlanta United, I was like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for.
One of my first exposure to MLS was listening to New York Metro Stars games on the radio.
That's cool.
When I lived in Buffalo, New York, there's a station, Foul. There's a station in New York City. It's this 50,000 watt station that you can hear all across the East Coast. And they had the Metro Stars on them. So I used to listen to those growing up.
That's cool.
I don't know who any of the players wear or anything like that, but I just like to listen to it. James Sands gets a yell for his foul.
Yeah, that was a obvious foul too. He just got away from him. If any of y'all listening, talking about some of the older teams, if y'all get a chance, I'll give a quick plug to our good friend Jason Longshore.
The Godfather.
Yeah, the Godfather. He does the History of Atlanta Soccer podcast, and it's actually a thing that he does with Atlanta United, which has been really cool. Him and Sandy with the team with McAfee. Yeah. They do a great job. Goes through the full history of soccer in Atlanta. I mean, like all the way back to the 1800s. It's really, really cool. If you're a history buff like I am, really, really good listen. So, I will say I think if I had to pick an MLS team that I did pay a little bit of attention to before, it would be Seattle. And the reason being, it was kind of one of those things like I kind of heard about them a lot over the years. I didn't really pay much attention to them other than kind of catching like the results.
Right.
But my family and I, we were just in Orlando. We go down to Orlando a lot, right? We go to Disney.
Yeah.
Have family that work there, down there pretty often. So one of the things that me and my sons do is the pin trading. And I don't know if anybody is involved in pin trading with the Disney pins. It's kind of addicting, but they have thousands and thousands of pins, and you can go up to random people, like employees or cast members, as they're called at Disney. You can trade pins with them.
Yeah.
And I randomly, when I first got into pin trading, I was walking around, went up to this random person in Disney Springs, and I had this pin that I just did not care about. And I was like, I want to, if I find the right pin, I'm going to trade it. Well, I found, and I don't have it in here. I'll bring it out.
Yeah.
But it's a, Disney did a limited run of MLS teams on Disney pins. And one that I found was Seattle. And I was like, that's freaking cool. So I've got a Seattle Sounders pin of Mickey kicking a soccer ball wearing like a Seattle jersey. It's pretty freaking sweet.
Nice. So, how many teams were represented? All of them? Or?
I think it was 12 total. It wasn't even all the ones at the time, and this was like back well before it started expanding.
Yeah.
So I think it was like it was either 8 or 12.
Yeah.
So, and don't ask me to. I can actually pull it up, but off the top of my head, I don't remember what teams. I think the Galaxy was one. Like all the Chicago Fire,
the original teams.
Yeah.
Charter teams. So, by the way, center referee is Sergey Boyko.
Okay.
Sergey Boyko. The Chris Pinto is the fourth official tonight, by the way.
Oh.
Tonight.
I don't know if you're talking right now.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, was that you or me?
That was me.
Okay, all right, I feel better now. I was just like looking around like lost. You were talking and you completely like dipped out. So
no, I was saying I don't know if you heard me. Ted Uncle, the referee for Seattle Houston later on tonight.
Okay.
Boy, Yunus Meraki is VAR this evening.
Okay.
So FYI.
So this is the Seattle Sounders pin that I have. You can kind of see it right there.
Oh, nice. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat one. Let's see.
You try to get the score back up.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to cut it off.
You're good. How much stoppage time? 2 minutes or something like that? No, no stoppage time. No stoppage time.
He said, "No, we're done."
Let's go back to the locker rooms. I mean, not the most exciting first half. Kubo, of course, had the opportunity, but missing just over the bar. Omer saying it was boring. Yeah, not a lot of excitement in that half, to say the least. But let's see if they change in the second half. See how teams kind of adjust and how Pat Noonan for Cincinnati and Nick Cushing for NYCFC kind of change the tactics for the second half and shake things up. Gonna pull the stats back up just so we have them here. The break. Shot 6-2 Cincinnati. Each team with a shot on goal. 3-quarter for Cincinnati, 1 for NYCFC. Cincinnati 54.9% possession to NYC's 45.1. Cincy called offside twice. NYC called offside once. Cincy actually 0.7 XG to NYC's 0.2.
Mostly from that Kubo shot.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. And then fouls 9-5 Cincinnati. Each team, of course, with a yellow card. Arjano for Cincinnati and James Sands for NYC. So even half, maybe a little bit boring, lacking chances, but these are two teams, especially NYC, that has goals in them. And I think if it gets to penalties, anything is possible, right? So that's in the back of the minds of both teams, I'm sure. Jack saying in the chat, you have Kevin Kelsey still on the bench for Cincinnati. So hopefully, you would expect to see him, Tyler, later on in the match. Maybe not at the half, but maybe in the 60th minute, maybe take Kubo off and put on Kelsey instead. Kelsey had a little bit of a good run when he first started with the team, but he kind of slowed down toward the back end of the regular season, and he's a player that they're looking for a lot from, especially with so 6 goals in 23 matches. A lot of those scored when he initially came in, but with the situation with Bupinsta, they were really looking for Kelsey to take on that scoring mantle, and not really been able to do it a whole lot since he arrived in MLS. So
yeah,
see what happens tonight.
But yeah, I mean, I think you've got to swap some. You got to make some minor changes, but you don't need to make any wholesale changes because I mean, both teams have had. You're getting into dangerous spots. Now it's just going to be a matter of what you do in the final third. Neither team has really had much of an issue getting into the final third. Midfield, like I said, has been kind of non-existent in terms of playing through it. They've just played over it mostly and around it. So I don't think you need to do too much in terms of changing, formations or anything crazy like that. But I could see, the small personnel change, kind of like you said, like Jack said, and everybody's saying in the chat. I'll throw this out there too, kind of while we're talking. We'll get Edgar on here for a minute during the half as well to kind of jump back and chat about that LA Galaxy game too. But it was a good question from earlier that Jack had. But if anybody else had an MLS team that you kind of followed before Atlanta, or if you are people that are not normal watchers of ours, you're not Atlanta fans, maybe you're a Cincy fan, New York City fan, LA Galaxy fan, whatever. If you had a team before those teams, let us know. Let us know. We want to hear. So I'm going to send the link over to Edgar, get him in for a few minutes to talk Galaxy and just kind of overall kind of what he's seen in this match as well. Omar said, is Ronnie for sure better now? Yeah, I mean, kind of the talk that night was he got sick. Like it was nothing that seemed like it was going to be a long-term thing. It was just, I don't know, dude had some Montezuma's revenge or something going on the night before and just couldn't play because that, and it did kind of change the way the game played out because Atlanta came into that match. Rob wanted to play a back four and Brooks goes out. The obvious change is just to put in Ronald Hernandez and he couldn't. And then, is Matt Edwards going to play right back on Saturday? And I think had you asked me this 6 months ago, I would say, you know what, give Matt Edwards a run because I like Matt. I really do. But Ronald's been really good actually in the moments he's played. So I wouldn't take away that experience. He's won in the match against Columbus at home. He played a phenomenal game there. He's had really good games here in the playoffs or going into the playoffs. I just think you keep him. If he's the guy that's got to play over Brooks or over Matt, I think he's the one to do it.
Yeah. You want to bring Edgar in?
Yeah.
Let's see. Edgar, a good friend from News Across the Galaxy. What's up, Edgar?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. This game, expecting a little bit more fireworks than what we've seen so far. But I think Cincinnati, I guess this home field, right, amounts to something. It feels like they have had more of the threat there. I think as long as they don't commit any stupid errors, they should come out on top in this match. That's the feeling I got. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no, I was just telling Tyler before, you came on. Bit of a slow burn. No major chances for either team. Cuba had the best chance of either side, just missing to the right of goal. That would have opened the scoring, and then Andres Pereira scoring, or nearly scoring, just putting the ball over the bar, head over the bar for NYC. So those are the only real chances. And we're just talking, what tactical changes do you make in that second half? Someone in the chat saying Kevin Kelsey still on your bench for Cincinnati. So do you bring him on for Kubo, maybe in the second half, 60th minute or so? But I was going to ask Tyler, is there a point either team just goes for it and really looks to get that first goal and maybe a goal that could decide this match? Of course, it'll be just the one goal, but I guess what are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's the interesting part about this first round, right? Where you could get completely destroyed, like Colorado did,
Yeah.
and then you eke one out in the next one, and then you eke another one out, and you're in. So if you get the opportunity to change things up and take a chance, right, to maybe turn things in your favor, this is an opportunity, right? It's first game, still feeling out. I know these teams have played each other numerous times during the regular season, but it's the playoffs, so if something isn't working, then you got to make some adjustments and just go with it. And if it doesn't work, and you get that second game to try to fix things up. Although, I mean, they're going to be playing a City Field, right? But
Yeah.
still, it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility where you could go on the road and win a game. I still think Cincinnati's going to come out on top, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that as a Galaxy fan because I'm so used to this team like having such strong second halves where you watch them in the first half and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And the second half comes around and we're like, whoa, did not expect that, which is exactly what happened on Saturday.
Right. So, I mean, I'll be honest. I was expecting, definitely expecting the Galaxy to sweep that series. Tyler the same. Tommy the same. Yeah, I'm like, I was expecting 5-0.
Yeah.
Does that speak to more of the Galaxy's attacking prowess, or does that speak to more in regards to just the form that the Rapids have been in the later parts of the
Yeah,
season?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's funny. At the half, with Galaxy was only up 1-0. Just real quick, I just remembered Tommy saying, Galaxy have have a tendency to sometimes galaxying things, and I'm like, hopefully not this time,
Yeah.
because throughout this season, Galaxy have had games where they should win and they don't, like against Chicago and against Austin, against St. Louis, and they end up losing these games. Granted, when you go back, you're like, they can't win every damn game, right?
Right.
But as far as this game that just happened, going into it, we knew. Sorry, you might hear my dog; she's wagging her tail. But going into this game, we knew that Colorado they were on a 4-game losing streak, and they had lost 5 of their last 6 games.
Yeah.
At one point, they were poised at a shot to the top of the West, and then I think somebody said they just fell off a cliff, and then they come to this game. They lost Mihailovic. They bring back Kevin Cabral, thinking he's going to be a boost of some sort. Kevin Cabral has not played a game since he scored on the LA Galaxy and got hurt flying into the net. And when we heard about it, we're like, all right, Kevin Cabral's coming back. All right, yeah, he's hurt us in the past. Me and Matt Pollard from Holding the High Line in Colorado, we were joking about it's going to be the Kevin Cabral, right? Cabral, And so we were like, all right. So I went on the Colorado Rapids social media and I said, bring your broken scoreboard and all your Cabrals, because of Remy. So I was like, we'll be ready to go. And from the get go, John Nelson, who we picked up from St. Louis. My God, this guy's had one hell of a season. He put the locks on Kevin Cabral. Do you know how bad things were for Colorado? You look at the statistics. Galaxy outshot them 18-1.
Oh yeah, we went over it in the beginning.
No shots on goal.
It was awful.
At one point, a friend of mine who covers the Sounders, he messaged me and said, at this point, Colorado has negative XG. I did not know that was a possible thing. So I was like, damn, okay. So Galaxy has that 1-0 lead, and we're like, all right, we're feeling comfortable, all right, it's all good. And then then they scored a second one, and you're like, okay, that's more comfortable. And then the third one, you're like, all right, this game is done, right? You like stick a fork in them. And then the game was the fourth, and then at that point, you're like, all right, now this is getting into like, nature show where you're watching some poor animal getting mauled by a pack of lions or something. And then the fifth goal comes, and
throw in the background.
It's like, damn, now you're beating a dead horse, right?
Right.
I went on social media. I posted a little meme of like in The Simpsons where like, stop, he's already dead, right?
Already dead.
Yeah, because you talk to most Galaxy fans, and nobody has any beef for Colorado. Yeah, it's the Rapids. They've been a tough opponent in the past, and they've been through some of the same issues with their front office recently. So you kind of have some kind of camaraderie with them, and it's interesting that a season ago both teams were kind of in the same boat
Yeah.
as far as like issues with the front office and the fans, revolting against the team. And now a year later, both teams are in the playoffs, but it hasn't turned out as good as I guess the Rapids wanted it to be. Now,
But it's been a massive turnaround, though, to your point from
oh
last year.
yeah,
I mean, the Galaxy, like y'all have just had that storybook kind of thing where you went from like just really, really rough to arguably one of the top two teams in the league. Colorado
and
hasn't made that much of a jump.
no, I think Colorado still made a fantastic jump. It's just that in the last month or like month and a half, I don't know, just injuries or just players out on international duty, just bad timing. They lost games where they should have won. I know they lost two consecutive home games, one to Galaxy and one I forgot who else. I think it might have been RSL. I can't remember, but those two games really hurt them. I know, and so it's kind of like it's a combination of many things. And I feel like they're set up to be much better next season. The fact that they're here right now in the middle of a rebuilding phase, just kind of like Galaxy. I've been told people like they're ahead of the curve. This is a rebuilding phase, and a lot of people were upset with me because throughout the season they were asking me, are we back? Are we back? And I was like, no, we're not back. We're not back. It doesn't feel like it's back because every game, Galaxy could have won or lost, and they won, and they won another one, and you're like, all right, keep it going. And at the end of the season, you look back and you're like, wow, that went a lot much better than I expected.
Yeah.
But as far as just turning real quick to the next match in Colorado, just to put things in perspective, a lot of people feel like, oh, this series is over. Galaxy's going to go in there and kill them. I guess once again, Matt Pollard, he messaged me and said, I asked him, what's the mood right now, with between fans and the team, and he's like, the fans are fully expecting a funeral on Friday night. It's like, damn. But when you look back at the history between these two teams, Galaxy have only won in the Commerce City twice in the last 7 years.
Dang.
And one of those was recently. That match that I mentioned where it was going to be a battle for the top of the West, and Galaxy went in there and just beat them 3-1. And after that, Colorado just started going downhill after that. So maybe just maybe they'll finish them off. But I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado ekes one out. A lot of people are pointing to altitude, right? And that's one issue. A lot of people are also saying, well, the weather. Somebody said, oh, it's going to be in the high 30s or mid 30s. I went back, I looked at it. It's going to actually be somewhere in the mid 50s, which is not that bad.
Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect football.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're used to playing this sport, you love that nice cool weather.
Yep.
Not where it's so cold that it hurts to breathe, but this kind of weather, it's just right.
That's beautiful.
And so it's not that bad. It's just the altitude thing, right? And getting acclimated to that. And so they always have that advantage. But I wouldn't be surprised if they take it back to LA for one more game. But if Colorado comes out with that same just weird funk that they had in that first game, it's going to be over quick, man.
Yeah. So real quick, as the second half gets underway in Cincinnati, one change at the half for Cincinnati, Alvis Ball coming in for DeAndre Yedlin. Edgar, I don't know if you saw, but Yedlin kind of took a little bit of a tumble in the first half, was favoring his back. So that might be a precaution for Cincinnati to bring Powell in for Yedlin. So something to monitor for Cincinnati, who have been ravaged by injuries. We'll see what Yedlin's status is for game 2. But for now, it just looks like a precautionary sub at the half.
Yeah, Yedlin looking like a dad there, grabbing his back,
I know.
getting off the couch.
Pain, bro.
You get off the couch. Either the dad groan.
So, Sydney, I was going to get a refill. That's why I disappeared for a minute. But you had a question for me. I don't know if you remember what it was.
No, I was going to ask you, and I asked Edgar this. Is there a point where in this second half, either Cincinnati or NYC go for it? Or is there a situation where one team feels that, hey, if we get this to penalties, this really favors us. And I feel like in this situation, Cincinnati, if they can get this, I didn't say this early, but if Cincinnati can get this to penalties, as I lost the stream here, give me 1 second, I'm going to pull it up. But Cincinnati can get this to penalties, I think they'll be feel really good about themselves because of the struggles they've had, toward the latter part of the regular season. So, yeah.
Well, here they come.
What are your thoughts? Yeah. It dies out though, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Pat Noonan, I think his message is going to be go for it. You're at home, right? You're at home. You have a good team. It's not that anybody thinks Cincinnati's not a good team. They've had, to that same conversation about Colorado, they've just had a rough run of form at the end of the season. I mean, I just don't see Pat Noonan desiring to go to penalties. Now, if it gets to be the 89th minute and maybe the momentum shifted a little bit and you're kind of letting New York City grow into it and it's still a draw, cool. At that point, you're like, all right, well, let's take our chances. But the way both of these teams, I know it was a relatively boring first half, but both of these teams are playing like they want it at this point. And I don't see that changing anytime soon, unless things just go off the rails in the next, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. Cincy should win. I mean, like I keep saying, it's just maybe waiting out New York City, and also Freeze has been having a fantastic season. So if you're gonna score on him, it better be like something spectacular, because you're not gonna just beat him with like a quick little bang bang play. It's got to be something really nice to beat him. There's a reason why he's one of the top goalkeepers in MLS.
Yeah. He won't be winning keeper of the year. He's not a finalist, but I would imagine he got a number of votes for keeper of the year just to his efforts. And those are big shoes to fill when Sean Johnson left for TFC, and I think Freeze has really filled them well. I mean, Johnson, of course, is in the class of his own. Here's a chance for
really good chance.
Or Jono.
Oh,
wide. He never really had control of it in the first place, it looked like.
It was actually a really low-key good sequence by Cincy, though, to play out of all the pressure they had on that left wing.
Yeah, a cutback would have been really nice right there, but
yeah.
All
right, fellas. Naturally left-footed.
I'm gonna get off right now, but I gotta start preparing dinner. But thank you so much for having me on again. I really appreciate anytime I get to speak with you guys. Good luck against Miami. Like in Lord of the Rings, like when they hand the ring to Frodo, and they're like, the fortunes of all of us are in your hands, little friend. So
that's how we feel right now.
Yeah,
that's how we feel. And we appreciate it, though. Give us all the good vibes you can give us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, send you guys some California love, man. Let's go.
Man.
Thanks, man. All the best in the playoffs for the Galaxy, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, fellas.
Y'all got it in the bag, though. What are you talking about?
Don't say that. Not yet.
Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Later. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Edgar. Another chance for Cincy. Cincy's coming out. Good ball ahead.
Yeah, really good. He pinballed it. That was not on purpose. He kicked the ball into that man's head. That was not a header. That was a deflection off that man's head.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how you get it as long as you score.
Show the replay.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he scored a goal.
I know.
He's standing there like, wait a minute.
Luciano, Kubo. That's a good deflection off. Assad didn't know a thing about that ball. Not a thing. But yeah, that took a deflection off Freeze. Yeah, you see it there.
Was that Yamil Assad?
Yeah, that was Assad. The ATL legend, as Jack says.
Yeah.
The OG Atlanta scorer. That's right, Omer.
Yep.
First score in club history. Yamil Assad, by the way, part of the reason why Atlanta United got into the postseason. The goal against the Philadelphia Union. That's a big goal for Cincinnati. They've had the better start to the half before that, and then it paid off. How does NYC respond after that goal?
Was that Acosta that hit him with the ball?
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, Acosta. Looks like they're checking something. An offside, maybe?
It wasn't offside. They already showed the replay, and I've looked. It didn't. I don't think there's anything about that was offside.
What are they looking at? What are they checking? Okay, goal.
And quick thing, yeah. Omar saying, rest in peace to Holden Trent.
Yeah.
That was a really, really sad moment for Philly. Last couple of days. And it ties, but we'll tie it back to Georgia. He played for South Georgia Tormenta.
Yep.
And
exactly.
Made his way up to Philly. Had a very promising career. And I'm not to this. I still don't know how or what happened.
Yeah.
But, either way, prayers to him, his family for sure.
I saw a post for Tormenta the other day saying that he had gone to the ICU, and I don't know what the reason was, but yeah, just so sad, especially with the holidays right around the corner.
Yep.
The family losing a son, brother, friend. So definitely thoughts, prayers to the Holden Trent family. Just 25 years old, was just way too young to die.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it doesn't matter why. It really doesn't. But you look at a moment like that and you just think was it a freak accident? Was it some underlying health thing that nobody knew about? It really doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any better in terms of how you feel about it. But either way, it's just a tough moment.
And I should add to High Point University, his alma mater, is hosting a celebration of life in Greensboro, North Carolina on Sunday at 2 p.m.
That's cool. Edgar saying they had back-to-back moments of silence for Holden and then for Fernando Valenzuela. That was really cool to see. And then also, I was randomly watching the Pumas and Cruz Azul. I think that was the two teams. I know it was Cruz Azul. I think it was Pumas. Anyway, Liga MX, and they held a moment of silence for Valenzuela as well. And they were busting out the baseball sound effects out of the speaker system, which was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Who's this down? El Cubo.
Yeah, I remember Jack finding out about Anton Walks as well. Actually, interestingly, oh no.
What happened?
So we just got back from Orlando, right?
Yeah.
We switch up the places that we stay at. Whenever we go down to Orlando, we have a couple of different places that we stay.
Yeah.
But I just realized that we stayed in the same place when the Anton Walks news happened.
Oh, yeah. As
where we just stayed at this past week when the whole thing happened with Holden Trent.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop going to this resort. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
You always remember kind of where you're at when those things drop, those kind of news moments. But yeah. And people they don't realize how much it does affect obviously the fans, but we had a firsthand account of seeing former teammates of Anton Walks here at Atlanta.
Yeah.
And kind of how they reacted to it, and man, it was not easy for those guys. I think it kind of went under the radar. I mean, of course, the league in Atlanta and Charlotte and the fans, they had the tifo, that. There's so many cool moments, and they did so many things for them. But you got to remember, these, you're especially a soccer team. As much as you are together, you're really with your team more than you are your family.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I mean, I remember, some of these guys were in the interviews after. I remember being there, and asking questions about it. And Brooks Lennon, I remember distinctly, and a few others, like trying to hold back tears, about that news.
Yeah.
So it affects these guys immensely. It's not one of those things where, hey, let's make the gesture about, this unfortunate event. Like, it really does affect them to the core.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah, Omar Pineda still had that armband. And you would see players at the training ground, this year, still be wearing the Anton Walk's shirts after training and stuff. I mean, they still very much. And actually, I think Rob even wore one of those earlier after he took over as interim coach.
Yeah.
All right, another corner for Cincy. So
this is what I figure out which one this is. Good ball. Good effort. That wasn't terrible.
Post again, man.
Yeah. Cincy has it, though. It's back.
Yep.
They are buzzing right now.
Another corner.
Yeah.
That's a corner. I don't know that he called it.
Should be.
Because you got a couple of New York players that are trying to protest, but that's a corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's what, the fifth corner for Cincinnati here? Sixth corner, I think.
Well, that's an unfortunate angle. Sorry, we're after dark.
I suppose we are.
Yeah, Jack. Talking about Atlanta again. Next season should be exciting. Get Chris Henderson and McGarth.
Mexi.
I agree. Yeah, there we go.
It's like Mexi Morales is about to check in for NYC.
All 5'3" of them.
5'3", Mexi Morales.
I'm actually surprised he didn't start this game.
Yeah. That's amazing. I did not know he was 5'3".
I remember seeing Lucho walking around in the tunnel.
Oh!
How do you miss that?
Out of bed. That's why he's not a striker.
Oh,
that's offside anyway. But
this is why.
Yeah, he's off.
Yeah, this is why I would have sometimes I would struggle. I mean, I could adjust, but sometimes I would struggle being like a radio announcer for a soccer team because I would be like, "What are you doing? Why did you miss that so bad?"
Yeah.
Jack, thankfully, Tommy's not in here. Miguel Berry would have buried that.
Right.
I'll tell you whose bread and butter that was. That was a Tyler Wolf goal all day.
The tackle. Uh-oh. How to be down. Left ankle. That. Yeah, how to be.
What kind of psychopath is this? You stand up to put your shoe on? Dude, sit back down.
All right, here goes Morales for... It's coming out. How does Wolf? How much? Yeah, I don't know how much service he got. Oh, that's nifty. Oh, it's never
trying. I don't
never
think
found it.
Ooh. Oh, he pulled the Thierry Henry on him.
Got Kubo to run. Nice cut that.
Cut.
Oh,
Oh,
my word.
Ah!
That would have been sensational.
Yep. Oh, don't. Come on, Joe. Why are you going to go and do something stupid like that? Wow.
Whew.
What a shot that was.
The run leading up to it was
terrific. Did we restart play and already get an offside call after that replay? What are we doing?
Apparently. Uh-oh. It's a chance.
Ooh.
Bad giveaway. They got away with NYC.
Uh-oh. Foot race. Foot race.
Tavon?
Oh, no.
Is that Gray?
Oh, no.
Need support.
Ah,
good save.
all right, corner.
Tavon Gray. Nice little run there. Well, that's Perea. Never mind. Perea's 8. Keep saying. I don't want to say Tavon Gray. That's Andres Perea. Yeah, he just didn't have the support. He had it was either Martinez or Rodriguez making the run behind him, but it just wasn't there at the right time. Or Martinez.
Yeah. Edgar Sam, he fired it right at the keeper.
Yeah. This game has really opened up.
Yeah.
In the past few minutes. Cincy. Man, it's wide open right now.
Like, was Maxi Morales just too short to even try to get to that ball? Like, why did you just look at it? Oh.
Keaton Parks. Rios. Rodriguez is deep. Good ball in front. Ooh. Oh. A little too much on it.
Good little sequence.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really opened up in the past few minutes.
Jack, what we're at in England, or I'm assuming England, but Great Britain in general. Where are you at, if you don't mind sharing? He's saying Apple TV is a lifesaver for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you, it's got to be what, midnight or 1 in the morning?
Yeah, 1:15.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you're near Brentford. Okay, cool. So Brentford. Yeah.
No, Thomas Frank was being talked about as a possible Man United replacement for Ten Hag, but it looks like they're going with what's his name from Sporting?
Yeah. I forget his name off the top of my head, but I saw the
Houben Amraoui.
Yeah.
Looks like that is close to being done, but no, Thomas Frank from Brentford has done a really good job with Brentford. It's been talked about.
I've really liked the way, and I'm not like a massive Brentford fan or anything, but like I really like the way that they played.
Yeah, they nearly, if I'm not mistaken, they nearly clinched a spot in European football last season.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, they came really close. They finished. Oh no, I think it was someone else. Yeah.
It was fun seeing them here in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. So a couple of seasons ago, that was close. A couple of years ago, they finished like 2 points behind Villa for. Kubo. Oh, you should have
play it to somebody. You got to play it to somebody.
Oh, he just took too long on that one. Says he still have it though.
All right, throw in.
No, but 22-23, they were 2 points behind Villa for a Conference League qualifying spot.
Yep.
The qualifier, it's one of the qualifiers. But struggled last season, but this year they're in ninth, 4 points behind Chelsea.
Yep.
For a Europa League spot. What in the world?
Another. Wow, that was.
I think he was looking for the run.
Yeah.
Looking for a run there.
Jack said he's been going to Brentford games in the fourth division. I think it's interesting too, like what Omar said here. You know, I live in Atlanta, wouldn't be able to watch games because there would be blackouts. And it's Apple is a lifesaver. It just sucks that it can't draw in casuals, and that's the big problem, right? Like, I get it. We all went through that crap of having to be like, how am I going to watch this Atlanta United game? And it was very frustrating. And yes, we all jumped through every hoop you can think of to watch the Atlanta United games on Bally and whatever else. So frustrating. And that is where I'm like, I love Apple because I can like right now, you turn on this random playoff match. Yeah, Jack, YouTube live streams. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do. I can watch any game I want to, and I love that. But the only thing about it that I hate, and I said this back when this deal was announced on Spaces, I remember talking about this. You just, it's so hard nowadays for simple things like going to a bar and saying like, "Oh, cool, the whatever game Nashville is playing." Like, if you care about
Channel X.
But yeah, and that's the thing. It's just, I was really hoping that they would do a little bit more in terms of like trying to reach out to places like bars and stuff and saying, hey, free Apple TV subscription. As long as you play the games on this many TVs in your establishment on Saturday nights or whatever. I wish that they would have done that.
I wish they like showed more matches on DirecTV than they did because there's a dedicated channel for the Atlanta Miami game. I wish there had been more of that. Now we see that they can do that. So hopefully we see more of that. Maybe this postseason or going into 2025.
Going into 2025, they've got to make some adjustments. They don't need to make anything crazy, but I would like to see less of a small window on Saturday nights to watch games and more advertising just in general.
Yeah. I think Apple kind of takes for granted sometimes the big audience they have. The Cincinnati can counter. Like, everyone knows Apple, right? I feel like they think that, hey, everyone knows Apple. Everyone knows how to sign up. That's a good ball. Good chance.
Ooh. Oh, that went up his rear end. Yeah. He was holding it in pain.
Saw one of the brace.
Good by Lucio to get away from pressure there and play in the space.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck in. You're surrounded, guys. Y'all have to make a decision. There we go.
Good. Oh, what about the move? Oh my God. Wow.
He dropped it.
How did he get through? That's what he can do.
Yeah.
That's what he can do. Whew. Shoot it. Cut back. Nice pass. Whoa. Nice sequence.
That was really nice.
Great ball movement.
He's keeping him in the game, though.
They are looking for the second. What a move from Acosta. Oh, my gosh.
He tried. That dude is tiny.
Yeah. What a pass back. Great dummy from Luciano as well on that pass back.
Yeah.
Cut back. That should have been 2-0. Cincinnati trying to kill this game off.
Omar said, can we get Tommy on to talk hockey?
Talk about soccer right now. Calm down.
I'm hockey curious.
Free
Yeah,
kick.
'cause you're not going to get much out of hockey from me other than the games that I went to when the Thrashers were here.
I know a great, not as much about hockey as Tommy, though. I don't follow as closely as I did when I lived in Buffalo.
No, for me, it's. I mean, look, I can tell you all about Atlanta sports in general: Falcons, Braves, to a degree, the Hawks. I just don't follow the sports like I do soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy's for sure watching Monday Night Raw. I'm sure he is.
Yeah. Delivery. Corner? Yeah.
Yep.
Cincinnati has just taken control of this match. NYC.
But to your point, your question earlier, this is that point where you're like, all right, if we're New York, hey, hit on a counter and kind of like what Edgar was saying a few minutes ago, you know, the Pigeons, New York making a big push. Don't be shocked if they get caught on a counter. They have to score. But you would be happy at this point to take it to penalties.
They have to chase.
Yep.
You could probably counter here.
Yeah, if they would let go of the freaking ball. Play the ball. What are you doing? This is the moment as a coach. I'm screaming at my kids. You're losing the game.
Yeah, just too deliberate.
Play the ball. Get it out. Like, you're not Man City, guys. You're not going to play the ball out of the bag and miraculously come and just score a banger from Kevin De Bruyne. Just go.
Same family, different address.
Yeah. Different neighborhood.
Different neighborhood.
One's a gated community, one's not. And then this is what happens. You played it into a crowd, and now it's turned back over, and you're immediately back under pressure again because Cincinnati has all the momentum. Yeah, Jack, in the old playoffs, it wouldn't be bad for New York City on aggregate, just like Atlanta would be great. 2-1 on aggregate.
Got a goal
coming back home. I'll take that all day.
Alas, it's not.
I know.
Not the best.
God forbid we have normal soccer playoff rules or whatever.
Do you, by the way, do you prefer away goals or no away goals?
I like away goals.
Me too.
I enjoy away goals. I think it's interesting how things kind of evolve and the strategy that evolves when you have away goals that tie into things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why UEFA abolished it from their competitions. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I think it has something to do with making sometimes the second legs a little more boring.
Yeah.
Depending on how the first leg went. But I don't know. I like them.
Yeah.
Because they can get really interesting really quick. And if you have a couple of high-scoring games, sometimes it starts getting kind of confusing. Like, wait a minute, which team is actually in the lead right now?
Yeah.
That wasn't a foul.
No, it wasn't.
Edgar, by the way, you're welcome for Freddie Freeman. I miss that guy a lot here in Atlanta. That walk-off grand slam he had the other night, that pitcher was iconic. That'll be around in the history books for a long time. That was really cool.
It's like Keaton's coming off for Fernandez.
But 2021, we still have 2021.
Dodgers up 2-0 in the first inning, by the way, just starting. Dodgers looking to take a commanding 3-0 lead.
You know, I hate the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's surprising. You know who I hate more than the Dodgers, though?
The Yankees?
The Yankees.
Not fond of them. Oh, someone got crossed up there.
Like this World Series, honestly, like I wish both teams could just lose.
But NYC wishes the Yankees could lose so they can get their stadium back.
Right. Give us our soccer field back. You're not doing anything with it anyway.
Yeah, if Yankees get swept, it's reserved just in case. Like, Game 6 would be on the same day NYC would play Game 2.
Yep.
So they have to make sure that it was available just in case. But I mean, if the Dodgers have anything to say for it, could be a short series.
Dodgers might be making a point.
Get your own stadium. You won't have to worry about this in the first place.
Yep. Just saying.
The renderings for their new stadium by Citi Field in Queens, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So to give NYC credit, so they get it built. It'll
be when it's built, like in terms of location and what they have, it'll be one of the best stadiums in the league because, I mean, can you imagine just having like a true soccer specific stadium in the middle of New York City? That is
Yeah.
Woo. Jack, you got the 404 kit for $40. I thought about wearing that tonight.
Nice.
Back here, that's a good deal.
How long did it take?
They would wear it more often.
How long did it take for you to get it, Jack? Or you haven't gotten it yet? You ordered it last week.
What was shipping like? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, good question.
No, Omar, get out with that. That was a good game.
I don't think that's Doxo though. $20 shipping.
Hey,
how is that? How is that in comparison to other stores? That's a terrible giveaway.
That's bad, yeah. But that's also a terrible giveaway right back.
Yeah.
Edgar saying Seattle's get a new third kit. If Atlanta gets another new third kit, what design would you like?
Marta kit?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and just jump on the Marta thing.
Train.
I mean, I thought that was cool. Yeah, the Marta train. Yeah, I like that. I don't know why I didn't say that. I'm so stupid. There's something to be had with the proper Marta kit, the properly designed Marta kit. You could have a pretty sweet design. Either that or as we've had kind of rumors for a couple of years now, a Olympics anniversary kit.
Oh yeah, good shout. Sergio Santos in for Orjana, who's not very thrilled about coming up. It's a tough game for him.
Yeah.
Morales, 5'3".
Sorry, that in the stream.
Can't get over that. What if Edgar says with the purchase of a Marta kit, get free fare on the train to the stadium? That's a good point.
I mean, I would do that in a heartbeat, especially considering how much these freaking kits cost nowadays. Ooh, that's bad.
What's the run?
Ooh, good. That was a good ball. I mean, you just didn't have enough time to build anything up. Play it out to Lucho or take a shot. Hey, do your thing.
Making an impact, just coming on.
But yeah, Edgar. I mean, sure. Even if it was just, hey, you get a voucher for, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5, 6, whatever, trips.
That'd be worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Jack saying his favorite Atlanta kit was probably the King Peach kit. I have the King Peach shoes. I wear it every game. And that was probably
penalty? No. Nothing given. We'll have to see.
I want to see that way. But the King Peach kit, I think overall, did you get one for simulation?
Apparently.
And now he's listening in his ear.
Let's see. Could be a turning point in this match. Yeah, if they look at it, it'll have to be for the penalty, not the simulation. Yeah, we'll have to see the replay.
In real time, I could see it go either way. Here we go.
Little jersey tug there. Oh,
maybe go either way.
They may have a point.
I don't know that that's a yellow for simulation, though. I mean, fine, don't give the penalty, but I don't know that you can give a card for simulation on that, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Elmer saying the black kid is his favorite kid. No review. Who's VAR again?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't mind the black kit, Omar. I don't know that you can't give that as a yellow for simulation, though.
Omar Pencil's the fourth official. No review.
Okay.
Play on. No penalty, I should say.
Here's my soapbox.
Oh, here we go.
If
by the way,
he had to listen in his ear for somebody to tell him anything about that play, you need to go check it. Just go check the freaking camera.
By the way, Yunus Meraki is the VAR.
Okay.
Apparently seeing nothing in it.
Go check it. Check it.
There's credence to letting the referee determine what happens in that situation. I think there's certainly enough in it to at least, to your point, have Boyko take a look at it and the monitor, but apparently Meraki didn't see much in it to work.
I just feel like, man,
have another look at.
If it's even in question, especially if you give a dude a yellow for simulation, go freaking look at it, dude. Like, just go take a look. We have cameras for a freaking reason, man.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's just Morales. It's like a little kid.
You have a short person hate or something?
No disrespect, but it's just so funny watching him run around.
In the background, Sydney's making jokes about this man needing, the yellow pages to drive a car.
No disrespect to Maxi Morales at all. He's a club legend for NYCFC. But throw for Cincy.
What did we say? This game was either going to be like 1-0 or end up being like a freaking shootout, and very well on its way to being 1-0. But interestingly, though, since he hasn't dug in and said, "Hey, go score the goal," they're trying for the second.
And you're saying if he's Maxi Morales, I wonder what Mini Morales looks like.
Yeah, Jack, you called the 1-0 for sure. You were dead on. Though there's still 5 minutes and change. I never know what can happen, but
it's not gonna be a lot of stoppage time added on.
No. That's the thing. This game has been pretty wide open the entire time. There's not really been any serious stoppages, and here we go. Maxi Morales has fallen a grand total of 3 inches and hit the ground.
Making a maximum meal of that. I mean, there's nothing much in it.
Arsenal for life. Hello. How are you? Glad to see you're here. In good company as an Arsenal fan.
I'm a neutral, so I don't have a team. So,
well, then by proxy, Arsenal. But then I disagree. Messi's not winning MVP.
No, he's not.
It's going to Cucho. Oh, Mark.
Christopher coming in.
I'm not a Messi hater. Yeah, so like, I don't hate Messi. I actually really, I will say, by the way, sidebar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When he's playing Atlanta, I hate Messi.
Mhm.
But in that game, sportsmanship that he showed when Stian Gregerson, I don't know what all it showed, by the way, on the broadcast, but, you know, the ball got played to Luis Suarez, Stian Gregerson defended Luis Suarez. They kind of both went down. Gregerson won the ball. But then it got kind of recycled. Stian stands up, immediately gestures to his groin area. And like, it was that gesture of like, hey, I got to go. I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't go anymore. I'm watching this in real time. The ball gets played. He tries to play the ball out. He tries to play the ball over the touchline. And I forget who it was, but one of Miami's players kept it in to try to keep the ball alive. Played it back over to Messi. Messi receives the ball close to Stian. Dax McCarty comes in to defend, and Stian at this point has like fallen on the ground. He can't go on. And Messi stops the game, tells the ref, like holds his hands up, and then kicks the ball out.
Yeah.
So that's just, you know, just pure sportsmanship.
Yeah. So, break for NYC, perhaps? No, nothing on it. Nothing on it. I'm sure that went down for NYC.
Arsenal, I'm not going to cry if he wins. If he
wins, no one's going to cry.
Probably going to win MVP because it's a popularity contest. I really don't care, but he doesn't deserve to win it.
Is Kevin Kelsey coming in? No, Nico Giacchini. Kubo should have scored.
Yeah. Omar. Suarez wanted to keep a bite of that ball. He's trying to keep his teeth on side.
Who got booked just now? Oh, so I got booked.
I mean, what? 2 minutes of stoppage, maybe.
2 and 3. We'll see. Aaron Bupensa may have had a jaw-dropping moment if he was still at FC Cincinnati. Says,
we're just dropping. We're dropping all the puns tonight.
The heat. Nice.
Egg's saying he's got a friend.
Okay.
Friend that lives in Normandy, France, who sent him a Geo kit from his time with Kane of League Two.
Cool.
That's cool.
Kane, we did. Very nice. Wonder if he gets back in the U.S. men's national team discussion, Nico.
Yeah.
All right, NYC, you have to push. There's a chance here. No, nothing of it. How much time?
7 minutes?
7 minutes?
Where did that come from? Dude, if New York equalizes in 7 minutes,
wow,
Cincinnati Twitter is going to lose their freaking mind.
I know. Where? For what? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Arsenal. I mean, I get it.
You had the stoppage for the injury, or not the injury. You had the stoppage for the check of the penalty earlier, like the brief check.
Yeah, but not 7 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah, it's.
But no, Arsenal. I mean,
Cincinnati's going to feel hard done if NYC scores for sure.
Well, this is the conversation we've had on our normal show. He by your definition there, 20 goals, 16 assists, 19 games, like he wins best player all day. But his team was still doing well without him. MVP, was the guy that's, the most valuable player to their team. And Cucho has just been that guy that, he's impacted his team. Like when he's not there, it's a different team that's playing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Look, if he wins it, I'm not mad.
And no one's going to cry if he loses.
I just think there's other players that deserve, by definition, MVP more than he does.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's see how this one ends.
5 more minutes.
Deep throw forward. No. Oh, he didn't touch it. Cincinnati, I just go to the corner flag. Just kill the clock. It's not an aggregate score line. I mean, just get out with the win, right?
Yeah. And Arsenal, it's not rules. It's a vote.
Yeah.
It's a
media vote.
It's whoever. Again, that's why it's a popularity contest. Whoever wants to vote for it.
Yeah.
Edgar, see you, buddy. Which is why, by definition, though, by the words most valuable player, that is the person who has affected their team in the most valuable way, the most.
Yeah.
Because if going by the other definition, like you're talking about, then really it should have been Christian Benteke who won because he won the Golden Boot. He had the most goals.
Yeah.
Right?
No, exactly.
So, but hey, I'm not mad either way. Again, it'd be what it be. It's all opinion. Everybody has their own opinion.
No one's gonna cry if Messi wins. Corey Baird.
Who's that coming in?
Corey Baird for Yamella's side.
Yes, and Ballon d'Or, there's definitely criteria. Yes. MLS MVP, there is not. Other than playing 1,000 minutes.
Yep.
And then being
dang. Jeez. Wow, that's close. It's a bad clearance by Cincinnati too.
Yep.
Santi, what a strike.
A little over 2 minutes. New York.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
Oh, got the run.
Ooh.
It's a run.
Game over.
Oh
my God. No, what?
Oh no, Nico. That has to go in.
That would have been the icing on the cake right there, buddy.
Yeah. Nice hold up play by Acosta there.
Yeah, but then the tackle there was terrible.
Cincinnati in no hurry to take this throw whatsoever. Or this free kick, I should say.
I wonder if he sticks to 7 minutes specifically. Oh, I mean, and I asked that because I don't know where he got 7 minutes from in the first place.
That seems excessive.
Ooh. It had potential for a minute.
Oh,
Okay. You win it back here. See what you can do. Got 30 seconds.
it's a foul.
Yeah.
A big free kick
All right.
here. Get
Set piece
everybody up.
opportunity. This is
Everybody up
where you
now.
gotta find your guy. Look at the back post.
Yeah.
If they equalize here, since he's going to go back and look at that last miss and rue the day.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to have scored that. He has to score that.
I think you just needed to go for it there.
Is that it? That's it.
Wow.
Or is it? Yeah, that's it. Acosta's down. Is it over?
Curious what the refs are saying to each other.
Yeah, are we done? Or
because the line judge comes out like
that's how the AR
goes out.
What decision here? Red card. Wow.
What?
Wow. It's been contact to the head.
I guess.
Let's see. No, there's no contact to the head. They have to reverse that.
No,
that has to be looked at.
I mean, you stiff armed him in the chest. Like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Lucho.
I mean, and Lucho's playing it up for sure, but
yeah, that's never a red card.
That's kind of piss poor, especially at this point in the game. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's got to be looked at.
Because now that's going to affect the second leg, and I could care less about either one of these teams, honestly. But like, that's not a red. Okay, well, hang on. I don't know. I still think that's soft. Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, he caught him in
no intent. There's no intent.
I don't know, man. I still think that's soft. Yeah. I can see now, seeing it again, more by definition. But that's soft, though, man.
I know. That's really harsh. Doesn't get looked at, though.
Now, yeah, this is live. He's still there. You know he's getting fined like a mother.
Yeah, failure to leave in a timely manner. Yeah. I don't blame him for being upset. But why are they looking at this? So no tape on Gray for the second match. A goal kick for or a free kick for NYC, or the drop ball.
A free kick. Oh, buddy.
So
now, if they equalize,
how does NYC get the free kick, though?
I don't know, dude. That whole sequence was really freaking weird.
Oh my gosh, it was in the box. No one touched it. Corner.
Okay.
There we go. Freezes out.
So now it's an 11-on-9 situation.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's still in.
That's it.
Called it.
He calls for time.
Let it play out at that point. Yeah, you just piss poor refereeing, man. God.
I'm surprised he let it play on. Are you surprised he didn't let it play on?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gave the dude a red card in a situation that didn't warrant a freaking red card. And then you go and you stop the game when you had a moment of the ball being recycled. I hate when refs do that. Yeah. Let the momentum change.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was crap. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of the way the last 5 minutes of this match went in terms of reffing.
They may reverse that, to be honest with you, on Gray.
I'm curious if they appeal it.
Yeah, they should appeal it. They should. Okay. Well, that's it.
I disapprove.
Thanks for watching.
Always.
With us tonight.
Always. It was fun. And so let's see. Today's Monday. We will be back Wednesday to really go in depth with the match, and then of course the upcoming second leg will be at the Benz on Saturday. So we'll be doing our pre-match show, our post-match stuff. I'll be down, Sydney. I think you'll be there, right? You'll be back by then.
Probably not. I'll be in town. Probably won't be at the match though. But
okay. Well, I'll definitely be there. For the locker room stuff after the fact. Yeah. Getting you guys all the quotes and all that good stuff, and just keep your eyes here. We'll be doing stuff throughout the week too. So
yeah,
keep an eye on scarvesandspikes.com, social media. If you enjoyed it, let us know. Subscribe, like if you haven't already, and it was a good time.
Appreciate you guys watching, joining us, and definitely we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, y'all. Peace.